We are literally hours away, 7 hours to be exact, away from WWE Elimination Chamber 2024 taking place on the other side of the world in Perth, Australia. Elimination Chamber Down Under, where we're going to have ourselves 2 chamber matches, a women's world title match, which is most likely to be the main event of that show because the women's world champion is not only just a top star, period, in WWE, but she's also from Australia. But, again, we are here on Wrestling Talk to just give out our preview, our predictions on what I'm expecting to happen to go down at Elimination Chamber. So without further ado, let's go right into it. And of course, they announced a pre-show match. The Women's Tag Team Championships on the line when hometown girl herself, Indy Hartwell, tags with her best friend, Candice LeRae, to take on the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, for the Tag Team Championships. And although I would love for LeRae and Hartwell to win those tag team titles and crown themselves in Australia and actually make that big of a splash down under, you can't really debilitate Damage Control at this moment in time. Now, the only way I can see it not going the Kabuki Warriors' way is if Bayley and Dakota Kai end up interfering and costing them the tag team titles, which is unlikely because it's happening in the pre-show. But hey, anything can happen. But if I were just to go out on a limb right now, I would say the Kabuki Warriors retain with little to no resistance from Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. It's going to be a great match, but the Kabuki Warriors will most likely end up still tag team champions by the end of the show. Now, as far as which chamber match is going to open the Elimination Chamber paper. Now, I already said it. I believe, and I'm not against Rhea Ripley main eventing the actual show with the Women's World Championship on the line. It is the only world title on the line, singles world title on the line at the pay-per-view. So if Rhea Ripley is going to open the show, then we need to have the Women's Elimination Chamber match open the show. Excuse me, Rhea's going to close the show. The Women's Elimination Chamber match is going to open the show. Now, I already talked about this, gave a little bit of a breakdown on Tuesday's video. If you want to check it out, I'm going to go ahead and resume it right now, just give you the cliff notes, if I may. And of course, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, fantastic performers. Got a ton of pedigree out there. They do not have a chance of walking out of that chamber with the win. Absolutely not. Tiffany Stratton will have the breakout performance in this chamber match without a shadow of a doubt. Now, third, Liv Morgan. She might end up, going against all odds and winning this thing, but I highly doubt it. With her return and all, it doesn't really matter because we got 2 behemoths of stars in this match in Bianca Belair and the man Becky Lynch. And of course, Rhea Ripley versus Belair or Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Those are both money matches. Those are both WrestleMania-worthy matches. So on that note, it can go either way. But I'm going to go ahead and just stick it out with the man Becky Lynch. There's a reason they've kept these 2 women away from each other for almost a year, since last year's WrestleMania. It's time to bring them together and have them go one-on-one on the grandest stage of them all, and it's a match that promises to deliver. So with that said, Becky Lynch for the win in the Women's World Championship #1 Contenders Elimination Chamber match. Now, that means we have to fast forward into the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. Those championships are also on the line when Damian Priest and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day face off against New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. I would much rather prefer the more fitting name of British Strong Style. But anyway, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, former rivals, fantastic rivals, as you recall, their matches in 2017 for the NXT UK Championship. They're a tag team now. Pete Dunne is back now. He's no longer Butch. He's Pete Dunne. Back to Pete Dunne. The Pete Dunne we love to say. I love to say Pete Dunne. The Pete Dunne we love to watch. And even though it's a fantastic tag team, even though they have everything necessary to beat the Judgment Day and be tremendous tag team champions, there's one big roadblock in their way. And of course, that's WrestleMania itself. Logic dictates the Judgment Day retain. Against all odds, cheating, somebody costing the other team the match, playing the numbers game, whatever you want to call it. Logic dictates Judgment Day ends up retaining and heading to WrestleMania to either defend the tag team titles, hopefully against the team of Awesome Truth. That's the story. Let's finish R-Truth's story. Because I can't wait. I cannot wait. If that happens, if R-Truth and The Miz end up winning the tag team titles at WrestleMania, I cannot wait for the next Monday night on Raw and the following Monday night on Raw when we have R-Truth holding 2 title belts. And let's see what he's going to call them. Let's see how he's going to act. Let's see if he thinks those are, I don't know, WCW tag team titles. I don't know what he's going to do, but it's going to be hilarious because that is R-Truth and that is ultimately what I want. So the Judgment Day ends up winning, retaining their tag team titles, and then they go on to WrestleMania to face off against Awesome Truth. Best case scenario, a close runner-up is, of course, the team DIY. Yeah, DIY could also do it at WrestleMania. They're a little bit more of a legitimate, serious tag team. We'll just have to wait and see. Now let's go on to the men's Elimination Chamber match for a shot at World Heavyweight Champion Seth frickin' Rollins at WrestleMania 40. Now, of course, CM Punk was supposed to win this match. He was supposed to qualify for this match. He was supposed to win this Elimination Chamber match. And he was supposed to go on to WrestleMania to challenge Seth Rollins in yet another dream match for WrestleMania 40. But circumstances changed. Phil Brooks, CM Punk, got injured during the Royal Rumble match, which also has led us into that entire mess with The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. So now we got 6 men in the chamber match. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, L.A. Knight, yeah, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. Now, I'm going to use the exact same method I did for the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And here's the thing. Whoever walks out of this chamber match is going to walk out of WrestleMania the champion. Sure thing. Surefire. They kind of have to. You can't really have 2 long reigning world champions. That gets boring over time, even with Seth freaking Rollins. But with that said, Logan Paul is the current United States champion. He's not walking out of the chamber with the title. He's not walking out the double champion. And his opponent, hopefully, at WrestleMania, L.A. Knight, is also not walking out with the win. So we can cross those 2 out. Kevin Owens is enticing. Kevin Owens, it might happen. I don't think it will. Just like I don't think Bobby Lashley is going to be the one to walk out with the win. It's just unlikely. And Lashley has a slighter edge on Kevin Owens simply because... Wait, no, they're both on SmackDown. Yeah, they're both SmackDown Superstars. Well, yeah, they're both SmackDown Superstars. That's the Raw World title. Yeah. That might change. You never know. But with that said, that leaves me with 2 options to come out with the win. Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre. And as much as I would love to see Randy Orton versus Seth freaking Rollins once again, and I've said this in the past, I do not think Drew McIntyre should go on to WrestleMania and challenge Seth Rollins yet again in a singles match for the world title. But key word right there is singles match. I'm going to have Drew McIntyre. Walk out of the chamber with the win. And guess what? He's not necessarily a full-blown heel, but he's going to turn just like that when he finds out that his match that he earned by going through the chamber match is now a triple threat when Sami Zayn gets inserted into that contest. I'm just throwing it out there because I've heard it in other parts of the IWC, and I'm starting to warm up to the idea. And the more I look at the list of competitors during the chamber match, the more I think Drew McIntyre is really the only option. And if he's the only option, I don't think WWE wants to go ahead and give us World Champion Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre again, even at WrestleMania. So we'll just have to wait and see. Drew McIntyre for the win, but let's hold off a bit on that. And finally, we got the main event of the show itself. Hometown girl, hometown hero, main event superstar, women's world champion, the Nightmare herself, Rhea Ripley, Rhea Bloody Ripley, baby, defending her title, the women's world championship, against Nia Jax. And these two women on Raw, I've gone back and forth, physicality at its height. And they've done a tremendous job of building up this feud because Nia Jax made her return, I believe, in October, November. And she's barely getting a world title match now in February. With that said, there is absolutely no chance in hell Nia Jax walks out with the Women's World Championship. There's absolutely no chance in hell Rhea Ripley doesn't walk out still champion. And there's no reason in hell, there's no way in hell that the crowd isn't 100% behind the Nightmare in this match. And then to cap off the show, to end the show, we get the freaking final showdown leading into WrestleMania because after the show, the show ends, the credits end with Rhea Ripley with her women's world title on the line. And this might still be a part of the main broadcast. It might be on WWE socials. But I fully expect the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, my pick, the man Becky Lynch, to come out and confront Rhea Ripley. And that might be the closing shot of the Chamber pay-per-view. So with that said, those are my thoughts. Those are my predictions. Those are my entire way of thinking when it comes to this pay-per-view. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really hope you do because, again, we're like 5, 6, 7 hours away, at least on the Pacific Coast over here. I might catch the replay earlier in the morning simply because I work every day, so I gotta get some sleep. And if I stay up until 2 a.m., the pay-per-view ends at 5:30, 6 a.m., and then to sleep another 8 hours and wake up and go directly to work, that doesn't really work for me. Again, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but I will definitely be watching Elimination Chamber pay-per-view replay very, very soon, as soon as I can. So with that said, leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. My name is Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.